Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. It is that time, isn't it?
Please tell me about yourself and about the film you're here with today.
So my name's Anne-Marie Scragg. I wrote and directed Firefly. I wrote it with another guy, Matt Bayliss, and I directed it, God, it's a while now. It's almost like 2 years ago. But yeah, so, and it was from lots of true stories of lived experience, and it was an idea of how we look at children that might live in areas a little bit out that don't have the same help, and the way that the deaf community is sometimes treated. So it was an interesting concept, and it was quite emotional actually, the things that the children and the stories that we heard and the things that they went through. But it was wonderful to shoot in Cornwall and in Manchester, so that was nice that we had those two locations. But yeah, it was basically a film really about challenging how people treat others with disabilities.
Yeah, I thought the representation was really good. Even in lots of other films that do really good jobs on representation, they don't have perspective, while your film comes from the young deaf character's perspective. It sounds like that was a choice. Was that something that you deliberately did? It's like,
yeah,
it needs to be her story?
I hate, and I'll be honest, I hate films where people haven't done their research. I struggle with taking this film on board because I'm not a hearing person. However, we just got the nod and we got nominated for Best UK Film from Deaf Fest. So that's meant a huge amount because it isn't my community, but I worked a lot and I did lots and lots and lots of interviews with people who are deaf. All our actors, the 3 actors that we use in it, they're all non-hearing. So it was really important to get that. And then we obviously spent a lot of time with interpreters and people that taught BSL.
No, that's reasonable.
Not that mine's improved a lot.
I think one of the other things that came out because of that was kind of themes of kindness and tenderness. Again, was that something that you wanted to show, that like you have these family units where you have, dysfunction and disability, but that doesn't mean that they can't love each other? Yeah,
and I think that's true, isn't it? That we all want to do better as family members, and things aren't perfect. But what I really wanted to show in that was that if you have encountered abuse, you can be okay. It doesn't mean that everything's bad or you're never gonna. And that's why I really wanted to show her in the end living a really full life in Manchester, of all wonderful places. So, but yeah, I think that's important. That life is full of peaks and troughs, but it doesn't mean that it's not going to work out in the end. But I think what got her there was the kindness and the decent relationships that she had.
Yeah, no, I totally understood that. Like when I was watching it and it got to what felt like the end, it then kept going. And I was like, I'm not unsure why it's doing this. And then I got all the way to the end and I understood, yes, we need to see like that she had that experience as a child and she's gone on to have a full, rich life. And also she can engage properly in society. I used to be involved with the Preston deaf community a little bit.
Right, okay.
And it was really fun when you go to an event full of people that was quiet and loud at the same time, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed how you captured that, how she was out having fun at a bar and like there was no sound, but you could see visually that they were doing that. Was that something that you had done research on and drawn on, or?
Yeah, those guys were from Bolton, and they came down on with their minibus, and we all went to the pub for the afternoon and we filmed that scene. And they were living their best lives and they felt like they had found their people, and I wanted her to find her people because I think that's what we all need, isn't it, to find people that we're comfortable with.
Yeah. So the screening of your film is part of a sold out, and we're asking people to queue up for any little seats that might be left. What would you personally queue up in the rain for?
What, in terms of film?
Or anything.
What would I queue up in the rain for? A very hot cup of coffee, I think, at this point. That's about it. I should say something a lot more interesting than that, but no, I think that would be about it.
Okay. And finally, before I let you go, what's next for yourself and what's next for the film? Although you've told us a little bit about that already.
So hopefully it's done quite well. It's got a few awards. It got Best Film Visible in the North East Festival, which was great. And it's won Audience Choice Awards and stuff like that. So hopefully we might just go to a few in the States. And then I'm doing a film on family court, so more misery after this one.
Awesome, thank you very much.
It's nice to meet you.